Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Taekook Cherry, a friendship that doesn't burn, but slowly burns. Jungkook and Taehyung aren't just ordinary friends. This isn't fan service. This is a true story. Don't scroll until you know this story. This moment makes ARMY believe that friendship can be as strong as love. Amidst the hustle and bustle of a world full of spotlights, there are two names that never fail to touch the heart: Taehyung and Jungkook. But today we're not talking about rumors, not about media-spiced love. We're talking about something more honest. Friendship. This is a story that not many people know, but everyone needs to hear. Subscribe now if you believe that genuine closeness doesn't need labels. Taehyung and Jungkook, they don't show off, but that's what makes it all feel genuine. Jungkook loves Taehyung, not as a partner, but as an irreplaceable best friend. Not a burning love, but a calming presence like spring that always returns. Look at the way they look at each other. It's not a setup. It's reality. Listen with your heart. Because some stories can only be understood in silence. When the world wondered about their relationship status, the two remained silent. But from that silence, a language was born that was stronger than words. A message at night. A sentence before going to bed. A breath on the other end of the phone. And behind it all, there was a feeling that couldn't be faked. "You should see this," Taehyung said peace, and Jungkook smiled. Coincidence? We don't think so. They're not love in a drama. They're a warm reality. During the concert, when Jungkook stood close to Taehyung and smiled, many said, "Fan service." But ARMY knows. That was an "I'm here for you" moment wrapped in a smile. They didn't hide this friendship. They just guarded it. Because what is shared too often can lose its meaning. And what they have is too precious to be made into content. If their story were a song, then it would be an instrumental song. Only a heart that knows the meaning can hear it. They are not a couple. They are two best friends who know that not all feelings need to be named. Don't forget to like if you believe that friendship can be as beautiful as love. Comment below, what is the most memorable Taekook moment for you? And of course, subscribe so you don't miss beautiful stories like this. Taekook Cherry is not an ordinary romance story. This is a story about two best friends who grow together, strengthen each other in silence, and ignite slowly, like embers that never go out. Because sometimes the strongest love is the love that is never mentioned. This video gives me goosebumps. Their closeness is not fake, it's real. If you believe that true friendship is rarer than love, watch it until the end. Don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe because this story is too beautiful to miss. In a world that changes rapidly, where trends come and go, a friendship like Jungkook and Taehyung's is like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. Unobtrusive, but always there. When the world sees them laughing together, we only see the surface. But beneath all that, there is an irreplaceable bond. They never say, "Look at us." But the world seems to answer, "We feel you." Jungkook loves Taehyung not as a partner, but as a friend who is a home. He makes no demands, asks no favors, just wants to be a place to come home to when the world gets too noisy. And Taehyung, he doesn't need promises, he just needs an unchanging presence. They are not characters from a Korean drama written with a romantic script. They are unfinished poems, written in silence, marked by gazes, and filled with a presence that never leaves. Watch this moment, when Jungkook stands next to Taehyung and smiles. Fans say it's fan service. But we know it's not just a stage act. Taehyung said, "Sometimes one person is enough as long as they understand." Jungkook replied that night with a photo of a crescent moon. Without words. But the world understands what it means. When distance separates them, they don't complain. They exchange short messages like, "Have you eaten?" Or "How's the weather there?" Sentences that may seem ordinary, but they bridge two hearts that always want to be close. They don't prove anything to the public. They don't make big confessions in front of the camera. But in every little moment, in the way Jungkook calls Taehyung's name, in the way Taehyung looks at him, the world knows there's something more than just friendship. Taekook isn't about labels. They're about being there in the quietest moments. About taking care of each other without having to hold on tight. About two people who grow together, understand each other, and remind each other that they are not alone. If you've ever had a best friend who makes you feel safe just by sitting next to them, you will definitely understand this story. Comment below, which Taekook moment do you remember the most? And don't forget, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a touching story like this. When the world needs proof, they present a puzzle. When fans are busy looking for visual signs, they give emotional clues. Like wearing the same clothes on different days. To the world it might be a coincidence. But to the heart that knows how to read, it's like a secret code that only the two of them can understand. In their silence there is poetry. In their distance there is prayer. In every upload there is a feeling that is never said but always felt. And when the night is too late, sometimes all they need is to hear each other's breath on the other end of the phone. Without words. Just silence that strengthens each other. And sometimes that 1 second is enough to fill thousands of emptiness. Taekook Cherry is not a love story. But it's not just an ordinary friendship either. This is a story of two souls growing together in silence. A bond that doesn't burn brightly but burns softly and never goes out. Because not everything big has to be announced. Not everything close has to be explained. Sometimes it's enough to know each other. It's enough to be there. And when the cameras are off, when the cheers from the crowd have died down, they're still there. Still looking out for each other. Still walking in the same current. If this doesn't give you goosebumps, you haven't seen it with your heart. Not a burning love, but a deep-rooted friendship. Stay until the end, because this last moment makes us all silent. Their memories kept in silence. That night, when the concert schedule was over and the world began to calm down, Taehyung sat alone in the corner of the room, looking at the city lights from the hotel window. Suddenly the door opened slowly. Without a word, Jungkook came in carrying 2 cups of hot chocolate. They didn't talk for long. They just sat side by side. And that's where their strength lies. They don't need stories, because each other's presence explains everything. Sometimes the best friend is the one who knows what you need, even before you know it yourself. A video that was never released. Among the hundreds of vlogs, fan cams, and footage circulating, there is one private video that only the two of them keep. It's not an expensive video, it's not high quality. It's just Taehyung recording Jungkook singing softly while washing dishes. And at the end of the video, Taehyung says quietly, "Even if everyone leaves you, I'll still be here. Not because you're BTS. But because you're Jungkook." It's a moment they never posted, but it's a reminder that true friendship doesn't need an audience. What matters is that it's real. Amid popularity, they still hold each other's hands emotionally. Success, fame, and pressure haven't pushed them apart. Instead, they're like 2 trees growing side by side. Their roots are intertwined, even as their branches grow in different directions. "Taehyung is my home," Jungkook says one day during a practice session. "Even when I feel broken, one word from him can lift me up again." Fans catch a cue that most people don't see. At a concert, as the lights went down and the final song played, fans' cameras caught a small moment. Jungkook turned to look for Taehyung, then smiled in relief when he saw him. It wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't part of the choreography. It's the reflex of a best friend who always wants to make sure their best friend is okay. You know it's best friend love when you can't explain why you care so much. Their music speaks, even when they're silent. Many fans believe that some of the songs the two wrote have traces of each other. Like notes that connect even though they come from different hearts. True friendship doesn't need recognition. It's enough to be a part of every step. The message they want to convey without words. They never make big statements in front of the camera. But their small actions are the most powerful sentences. Taehyung leaves Jungkook's favorite food when they eat together. Jungkook covers Taehyung's head when it suddenly rains. Taehyung wrote lyrics about a home that doesn't need to be searched for because it's always there. And ARMY knows it's about someone he calls Kook. The most touching comments from YouTube fans. "I don't need them to be a couple. I just want them to stay together." Because friendship like this is rarer than any relationship. If you have a best friend like this, never let go. The world is too harsh to go through alone. Taekook is not just a viral moment. They are proof that true love can come in the form of sincere friendship. The ending that doesn't end the story. That night, before going to bed, Jungkook sent a text message to Taehyung. "Thanks for staying." And Taehyung's reply was only one word, "the moon." But behind that word there was a world that they both understood. Message for the viewers. If you have someone who makes you feel enough just by sitting next to them, don't let them go. Because in a fast-paced and harsh world, the presence of one person who secretly cares can save everything. Jungkook and Taehyung show that not all love has to be romantic. Sometimes the deepest is friendship. Don't forget to like if you've ever felt warm because of a best friend. Subscribe for more emotional stories from the world of K-pop and BTS. Comment who your best friend is most grateful for. Tag them now.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.